Thank you again for joining me on another Let's Try It. Today we're going to talk about Ancestry DNA. So I got curious the other day, went to Ancestry.com and started looking into it. I signed up, I started putting like my family tree together, and it got pretty long. You'd be surprised on how many records this country has on people. And then I was like, let's see where this DNA stuff comes from. So I want to see where I'm from. I got the traits one. I did get it on special. It was the 4th of July when I ordered the thing. And it's like the middle of July now. Took about a week or so to come. It wasn't too long. So they gave me this kit. I haven't opened it yet, so we're gonna open it together and see what it's all about. We're gonna do this DNA test. I'm gonna send it off, and I think in a couple weeks I get a results, and I just log in. I can see everything. I can see all the traits I'm pre-exposed to, where I'm from, like my migration patterns from my DNA, like where people came from and where they moved and stuff. So let's get to it. Alright, so it comes in this little box. It's not too big. It looks like one of those boxes that you can kind of open, kind of like a jewelry box almost. It is wrapped in plastic. Let's see how much of a nightmare that becomes. And we'll go from there. I feel like I should have got the knife for this. I usually... most of the time when I'm doing these videos, I'll be like, oh, I got the knife. And this time I didn't get the knife. But no worries though. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. It's just the knife would have probably made it a little bit better. So. Alright, so I ripped off this package here. It's in this box. Like I said, this is one of those, those little jewelry box types. It's got a little piece of tape that holds it shut like a flap. I'm just going to peel that. Normally I just cut it, but once again, I don't have a knife, so... folds up, and let's see what we got. So it says, welcome to the beginning of your story. You get this little it's actually just like a magnet. This thing feels strong. It says, before you spit, activate your kit online by phone or with the app first. Activating your kit with your unique code is the only way to get your DNA results. Required steps inside. Alright, so you know what's funny? I have the mobile app for this. Hang tight. Through the magic of internet, I am back. Didn't take too long. I went and got the kit, or my phone. I got the application on my phone. Now I just gotta kind of fiddle. They give you this little spit tube. There is a code on it, and I think you use that to enter it in. So it says, your unique activation code is located on the outside of the spit tube. Do not skip this step. Activate your kit with your unique code is the only way to get your DNA results. I'm thinking it's because when they get this back in the mail, they're like, what account do I put this on? So how do I do it though? Alright, for your records, especially for collecting multiple tests at once, record the participant name and activation code from the collection tube. Yeah, so I'm gonna need a pen. Hang tight. Got one. Okay, so you write your name in here. And yeah, take your little code off the box. I think you just enter it here. It says it's crazy. That's why you follow instructions, right? Make sure that you don't run into any snags along the way. I will say this is probably the most in-depth thing I've done with these videos. This is a long code. Jesus. Alright. Fun stuff. But it says something about activating in the app, and I for the life of me, I cannot find that. Let's see, your unique code. Activate your kit on your device. Like, I'm looking in the app. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to find it. It says tree has DNA. Oh, duh. There's a DNA section. Let's see what happens when I try to go to it. If not, I may have to go on their website and do this, but we'll see what happens. Loading, loading, loading. Oh, activate test. This is dope. Great news. You recently purchased so like if you've recently done it, you just hit activate a test, right? Activate a test. I'm going to continue as me. It's crazy. I'm kind of interested to see what's like. I mean, I'm obviously going to be European. DNA sample me. Wait, what? Who's providing the DNA? Me. Oh, you can have your parents do a DNA sample. Like if you're just like, oh, I don't feel like I want to spend. You can have someone else do it for you or something that looks like. Enter the code. Oh my god, it's crazy. They made me write the code on the paper, and I'm entering the code again. It's like I don't understand that, but okay, I'll do it. I'll play the game. Right? I'm just saying. I didn't really. I felt like I was just gonna spit in a tube and send it back, but be prepared to spend a little bit of time on this. I have work in a little while, so I don't want to necessarily fall too far behind, but you know, I'm not panicking or anything. Hopefully, it's a quicker process. You just make sure this matches. I'm pretty sure you want to make sure this matches just in case you don't want to get somebody else's DNA results. You know. So just keep that in mind. Okay. You enter your birth year, you enter your sex. Kit notifications. There's checkboxes. Would you like to receive text updates about the status of the DNA kit and all future kits activated in your account? Would you like to receive weekly emails? They checked that one, ironically. Let me do the status here. They let you enter your phone number in. Obviously, if you want updates, you're going to have to do it. You don't have to, but it gives you an update. So, and you can actually stop the text updates too. So, all right. So here's what they talk about as far as consent. When you activate your DNA kit, you consent to Ancestry's collection and processing of your DNA data and other sensitive personal information, such as ethnicity, national origin, and health history. Right? Convert your physical DNA sample into DNA and use your DNA to provide your reports about your ancestral origins. That's what they use it for. Invite you to participate in surveys and questionnaires, entirely optional, through which we may gather more personal information and additional insights. Yeah, that's never happening with me. Identify your potential relatives in our database, which is kind of cool. That's what I'm kind of after, because like I may have people who live like near me who are my like second or first cousin or something, like you wouldn't even know, right? Use your DNA data, family tree details, and other personal information to help you discover other details about your family history, including ancestors you may share with other ancestry members. So that's another cool thing I was interested in. Provide consistent quality and improve ancestry product features and services. So they're going to obviously use it to make sure that the thing that they do to do it is working correctly. So it's just going to get better with DNA testing. Help create new product features and services, including products related to wellness and health. So they may do like health analysis to try to come up with stuff, kind of like the Apple Health app, I guess you could say. I consent. Yeah, so you hit consent. There's nothing in here that says they're going to use it to prevent you to sell to insurance companies or anything like that. So, you know, keep that in mind. We invite you to participate in research conducted by us and our collaborations to advance the study of genetics, genealogy, anthropology, and health. This is where it kind of depends, right? So participation is voluntary. You can activate your DNA kits and receive your results even if you do not consent. No additional work is required to participate. Data we share outside of Ancestry does not include your name, contact information, or other identifying information. They just take your genes and they look at how health, like some viruses and things like that, or like some defects in your genes can be studied. So if they're doing a study on like Parkinson's disease and you have your genes say you can get Parkinson's disease, they use that data from your genes to do research on how to fix Parkinson's disease. There's no identifying information that's shared. It's not like going to be like my name's Jeremy. They're not going to be like, oh, Jeremy has a higher risk for this disease, so here, Mr. or Mrs. Hospital or Mr. Insurance Company, like they don't say anything like that. You are free to withdraw your consent at any time, right? Please read informed consent before making your decision to participate in a diversity project. For now, I'm not going to do that. But if I ever decide, like if I ever see anybody, or if you guys feel like you want to contribute to that, feel free. You don't have to consent. It's totally up to you. It's just you're helping studies, essentially. It's like free data for them, right? Or Ancestry may sell the data. I don't know. All right. Just how big is your family? would you like to see your DNA matches and be listed as matched? Yes. So that was one thing that I was curious about. So yes. This display, okay, so this display preference determines what is shown to others who have DNA in common with you, what others will see. Show only what we have in common, or show my complete ethnicity, geographic, and cultural origins. I don't care if people know where I'm from. I'm obviously very white. I'm very Northern European, without a doubt. I'm pretty sure I'm German. Whatever. It's just gonna show my ethnicity, geography, and cultural origins. So yeah, if I get a matching person, they'll be like my mom would be able to look me up and say, oh, that's cool that you're this, right? So like that, and you can change it at any time. It looks like too. Review details. I highly recommend looking through here. Just to make sure that you have everything. They send results to your email, but I believe that they're actually on your account as well. So, activating the kit. Check. Success. You have successfully activated your Ancestry DNA test. Please don't forget to mail in your DNA sample. Duh, right? You can expect your results in about 6 to 8 weeks. However, due to high demand, your results may take longer. I'm pretty sure I'm going to wait a little bit longer, and the reason I say that is I ordered when they were discounted. So, yeah, if you get it cheaper, you're probably going to wait longer. So, but I did have someone tell me they recently did it like a couple months ago, and it was done in like 3 weeks. So, I guess it's just it's a waiting period. Then they have these like monthly things you can do, where if you wanted to, you can join and get more, like you can really deep dive. If you want to build a family tree, they have all the resources to do it. They do this thing where it's like some amount for like 3 or 6 months or something, and you pay it. And that's like how much you pay, right? So some people do that. I was thinking about doing it just for like a few months so I can build a family tree as record and then just let it go, because you still keep the account, the tree stays the same. You have all the stuff on there. So if you really want to hunker down and like go hard on it and do that, then yeah, you can totally get your whole and I'm talking like family tree, like generations. I've already got to my great grandparents, so it's like boom, 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 boom. You can keep going. There's census, there's like records that go all the way back. Some people go like they're back into like hundreds of years on this thing. It's pretty crazy. So, and it just depends on what was recorded, and you gotta kind of have like some things. There'll be hints. They'll be like, hey, does this look familiar? So you have to make those choices. I'm not gonna do that right now though. It has activated my kit. So now comes the gross part. Let's look at the next instructions. Step number 2. Oh, step. Do not eat, drink, smoke, or chew gum for up to 30 minutes before giving your saliva sample. Damn. I brushed my teeth, but I think I brushed my teeth like 20 minutes ago. So I might do this in like 10 minutes and then go from there. I'm pretty sure because they just want all the disgusting spit that you have in your mouth. So we'll wait. We'll see what happens. I'll do this in maybe 15 minutes or so. I got to get ready for work anyways. So, we'll see what happens. Hang tight. I'm going to be right back. So it's been a little while. I'm back again. Let's do this. Okay. Step 2. So there's 2 things. There is a solution and there's a spit cap. So I'm going to peel. It looks like they have a little peel thing right here. Peel from the corner. Obviously, if they have the little peel thing, like you'll see it right here. Manufactured in Malaysia. Store at 30 degrees or whatever. Alright, cool. Man, this is like the scariest part because I'm like, am I gonna fuck up? Like, Alright. Fill the tube with saliva to the black wavy line. So there's a line on here. And you basically just fill it to that little black line. So you gotta do a lot of spitting. It's easy. That's less than. Oh, then they try to like tell you like, oh, you haven't eaten or drinking for a while. It's gonna be easy. I'm gonna do this off camera. This is kind of gross. So I don't want you guys to have to worry about watching me spit. Hang tight. I'm gonna say this. After you haven't drank anything or eaten anything for a while, it's actually really hard to come up with the amount of spit they want. But I did it. It's gross. It takes like a minute or 2. So I got it. It says step number 3. release and shake. So it says replace the funnel with the cap. So there is a pro tip: take both things out so you can use both hands. Because otherwise it's a pain in the ass. God damn, this thing's in here. Okay, gee, damn. Okay, all right. Okay, so I got this. It says to take this off. So it says screw an enclosed cap tight to release the solution that will stabilize the DNA in your saliva. So I guess you just pop this thing. Is it twist on it? Oh, this is a twisty. This is gonna get gross. There's all spit. I'm putting that in there, and then it says to turn this. Twist until you get a pop, I guess. Tight to release the solution. Screw the enclosed tightly to release the solution. So I think if you screw it to a certain point, it'll pop and go in. I got it on there pretty fucking good. It looks like it's going down in there. I could be wrong though. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, no, it's going in there. So the blue stuff drips down. You give it a little bit of a... you will know it works when the solution from the cap has emptied into the tube. It's doing that. So it's in there. I see it in my spit. Shake the tube at least 5 seconds. This will ensure your sample mixes thoroughly with the stabilization. About 5 seconds. Alright. It says at least 5 seconds. You could probably do it a little bit longer. You just want to make sure your spit is in that solution. And then it's kind of like a really light blue. That's what you want. Place the tube in the collection bag. So they gave me this bag earlier, right? Place a sample inside the collection bag provided in your DNA kit. Seal the bag with the adhesive strip. So there is a rag in here. I wonder what this is for. So I put it in here. This is for. Huh. It says to put it in this way too. So place it inside the collection bag. Hold on here. This results in 10. Oh, you keep this in the bag. It's an absorbent pad. It keeps moisture out of the bag, essentially. So keep the absorbent pad in the bag when you send this off, okay? Take it long ways. There's this thing in here. You keep it in here, okay? Don't move it. Put this in here. Long ways up. All right. Seal the bag with the adhesive strip. So it's kind of like any other package that you would get from like the post office or something like that. You fold it over, lock it up. Now, my DNA sample is in here. This is crazy. All right, mail your sample. Place your sample in the prepaid mailing box. This is like the smallest box I've ever seen. I'm guessing it's for U.S. mail. First class package return service. Is this USPS? It's gotta be. So you put it in here. They take great care on your box, which is cool. If I can get it in here. It's like the perfect size for this. Like, it's like it was made specifically to fit this box. Place your sample in a prepaid mailing box, sealing the box with the adhesive strip and mail it in. Keep this card until your results arrive. So you basically just hold on to this thing, right? Make sure this is down. Fold it over. There's an adhesive strip. Lock it up. It's a U.S. postal thing. Pro tip: I'm probably gonna take a picture of this tracking number because I want to be able to track this. Okay, so I'm gonna do that right now, and then yeah, that's really it. I won't. Obviously, we're gonna wait for the results together. Then this video is probably gonna take me a couple weeks to finish, but I'm sending this off. Until then, let's see what results we get, and in like 2 seconds, it's gonna happen. Boom. Alright everybody, it is a few weeks later and I have finally got my Ancestry DNA results. So let's take a look. So this is part of the DNA Ancestry.com website, and as you can see, I got my results back. I'm a little surprised about some of the stuff that I saw. So before this, I was told I was French, I was Swedish, I was English, or French Canadian, and I was German. So taking a look at this, we have a couple different things. Germanic Europe is like basically Central Europe. I'm only 4%. I thought I'm a pretty big dude, so I thought maybe I would be a lot more German, I guess, but apparently I'm not. Some very small amount of German is in me. I'm Norwegian, ironically, so cool. I'm Swedish, I already knew that. This one actually surprised me the most, Scottish and Irish. I had no idea that I was Scottish or Irish or had any Scottish or Irish in me, but apparently almost 1/4 of my DNA has its roots here, so that's pretty cool. I've been kind of going around with the Scottish accent, you know, messing around, but yeah, there's that. And then I'm 52% English, Welsh, and Northwestern European. So I'm guessing this is a combination of being English, and then Northwestern European is Northwest France. So I'm guessing when they talk about me being French, they're probably talking about Northwest France, along with England and Wales. So all in all, it's pretty cool. I thought that it was definitely informative. I learned a lot about my results. The other cool thing was this, right? It talks about your settlers and like, you know, how your people came to America. So my settlers or my ancestors came to America quite a while ago. I think it was like the mid 1800s, and they settled in New York, Vermont, and then in Quebec, Canada. So I got to kind of see how they lived as well. And generally the site has a lot more stuff, you know. It tells you like who your first, second, third, fourth cousins are. Like there's so many people on here. It's like this could be your fourth cousin because you guys share so much DNA. Just random people, you know, and like these are people you wouldn't even know that you had some sort of relation to. But yeah, like there's people all over that are apparently my cousins that, you know, I just don't know them. But it's cool. It's cool. It uses DNA to kind of match you up. The other thing I did was I got the traits option. So that kind of breaks down, you know, like what you're more likely to have, or like your likelihood of certain traits. And I'm going to show those to you right now. So hang tight. In trait section, it basically talks about different things that you could have, or like, you know, do you have bitter sensitivity? Do you sun sneeze, whatever that is? You know, how are your vitamin levels naturally? So I have a beard, everybody can probably tell from the video. So if you go here, I'll just give you an example. We'll use this as an example. So it's thick, thin, sparse, whatever. And essentially, you'll see this result here. It says facial hair thickness. You have pondered your beard, or beards, blah, 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 blah. And then in the dark, it'll tell you that you may have thicker facial hair, which I do. I have a pretty thick beard. So most of them end up that way. You'll be able to actually kind of see your traits based off of that. You know, and then they go through this list, right? You know, did all your wisdom teeth come in? You know, how thick's your hair, birth weight, you know, finger length, you know, earlobe type, like is it connected here, or do you have a butt chin? So there's all these cool things that you can find out too and see what's in your DNA, because it'll tell you kind of what your kids may get from you based off of the traits that you get. All in all though, you know, I'm really happy with my purchase. I found out a lot about myself I didn't know. So, and I think that was the whole reason I got it in the first place, you know. So yeah, if you guys decide to take advantage of it, I think there's a sale right now. I think normally it's $100. Just wait for sales. I got mine for $59.99. I got it on the 4th of July. But you can wait for holidays to come around and events, and usually they'll cut it in half, or they'll give you a deal. So keep an eye out for those if you're really interested in doing it. Save yourself some money, unless of course you're in some big hurry. But ultimately, it's really fun. You know, it's a fun site. You can build your family tree on it. You know, you can see your other family members. They've added photos. Like I found photos of my grandpa and grandma on here. You know, I found photos of my great grandpa and grandma. So there's just so much cool stuff on here, and it'll really kind of help you, you know, put your past in perspective, which is really neat. Anyways, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to have some more coming up. This one took a little longer than normal, obviously, because I had to wait. I'm going to try to throw some how-to videos up, I think, and see what I can do there. But don't forget to like, subscribe, you know, refer to friends, all that fun stuff, and have a great day.